Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to a deep dive.
Hey there.
We've been digging through a load of announcements, articles, all about this pretty big gaming thing happening soon down in Puerto Rico.
Right, the Festival of Verano Más Gaming 2025.
Exactly. So our job today, we're going to sift through all this info, all these sources, and really get in the essentials. What is this thing? Where is it? When? And maybe what makes it kind of special.
Yeah, and it does seem special. The sources paint a picture that's, well, more than just your average gaming con.
Totally. They're talking about transforming this huge landmark, mixing global stuff with local flavor.
And the kicker, it's free.
Right. Free entry. That alone is worth digging into. So let's get started.
Okay, so the big picture first. What is this festival, Verano Más Gaming?
The sources are calling it the biggest summer video game experience. It's running for 4 whole days.
4 days. That's quite a commitment, especially when you hear where they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It really signals the scale they're aiming for.
Yeah, it's not just some small corner setup.
Not at all. The ambition seems pretty high. They want to turn a major shopping center into this hub for gaming, tech, music, pop culture. The works.
And that shopping center is Plaza Las Américas in San Juan. The sources make a point of calling it the most important one in the Caribbean.
Which immediately tells you something, right? Massive built-in audience, high visibility. It's a smart play, location-wise.
And they've even specified where in the mall, first level, right out front of Adidas and Torrid. So you can almost picture it.
Gates are June 5th to the 8th.
Okay, June 5th to 8th. And the free part, you mentioned it, but it's worth hitting again.
Definitely. It's stressed multiple times across these different announcements. Entry is completely free.
That's huge. It just blows the doors open in terms of who can walk in and check it out. No barrier there.
Yeah, makes it incredibly accessible.
So who's pulling the strings here? Who's making this happen?
It's a collaboration. On one side, you have Yo Soy Un Gamer.
Okay, and they're described as a leading gaming platform in Puerto Rico.
That's right. A major voice in the local scene.
Yeah.
And they're partnering with the mall itself, Plaza Las Américas.
Interesting pairing. You've got the local gaming experts and this, huge commercial entity.
And they highlight Frankie Hambo Lopez from Yo Soy Un Gamer. Seems he's a pretty well-known figure in digital entertainment there.
Gotcha. Do the sources give any insight into why they're doing this from both sides?
They do, actually. We hear from Maria Isabel Landron, who's with Plaza Las Américas.
Okay.
And she talks about wanting to connect with visitors through gaming.
Yeah.
Tapping into how huge that industry is now. It's about engaging their audience.
Yeah.
In a fresh way.
Makes total sense from the mall's perspective. Bring people in, give them a reason to hang out.
Exactly. And then Frankie Hambo Lopez's perspective is more about, celebrating the whole gaming culture.
Right.
The industry, the lifestyle. He emphasizes wanting to experience these big global gaming moments together, face to face with the public.
So bringing that often online community into a physical space, that's a cool angle.
Yeah, that desire for real-world community seems key.
Okay, so that's the who and why. Let's get to the good stuff. What can you actually do there? What are the big draws, according to these sources?
Well, one massive element is linking up directly with the big global gaming conferences happening in LA around the same time.
Oh, right, like Summer Game Fest and all that. How are they doing that?
They're going to be live streaming them, projecting onto 2 giant screens.
Okay, so you can watch the big reveals.
But it's more than just watching. They'll have official local hosts on stage reacting live.
Oh, interesting. So it's not just a passive stream. You get that local commentary, that shared reaction.
Exactly. It makes it interactive. You're watching these world premieres, but experiencing it with a local crowd and local personalities.
Kind of bridging the global and the local right there. Which conferences are confirmed?
It's a solid list. Let's see. Summer Game Fest, Day of the Devs, the Xbox Games Showcase.
The Xbox one, yeah.
Plus that Outer Worlds 2 Direct they tacked on. You've got the PC Gaming Show, Wholesome Direct, Women-Led Games Showcase.
Wow, quite a few.
And also the Latin American Game Showcase and the Future Game Show.
Yeah.
It really covers a lot of ground.
So you're basically getting the E3 season buzz, but live in San Juan.
Pretty much. But it's not just watching. There's hands-on stuff, too.
Okay, yeah, the interactive zones. Tell me about those.
Free access to PlayStations. They'll be running from noon each day.
Free play. Nice. Any specific games mentioned?
Yep, they call out Marvel Rivals, which is getting some buzz. Also Fortnite x Star Wars.
Always popular.
And here's where it gets really interesting. The new Mario Kart world.
Okay, new Mario Kart. That's always big.
But wait, there's more. The sources explicitly state it'll be playable on the Nintendo Switch too.
Wait, what? The Switch 2, is that confirmed?
Well, the sources mention it directly,
Mm.
and they go further. They talk about an exclusive Nintendo Switch 2 showcase happening right there in Puerto Rico.
An exclusive showcase. What does that involve?
Things like an unboxing, panels discussing it, first impressions. It's framed as a pretty unique opportunity.
Wow, okay. If that pans out, an exclusive look, maybe even hands-on, with unreleased hardware, at a free event in a mall.
I know, right? That's a potential game changer for an event like this. It
Yeah.
really elevates it beyond just a local festival.
Absolutely. That puts Puerto Rico on the map in a very specific way for the gaming world for that week. Very interesting.
Definitely a standout detail from the sources.
Okay, so huge potential hardware reveal or showcase.
Okay.
But it's not all about Nintendo and the global streams, right? There's local stuff too.
Oh yeah, loads. There's a strong emphasis on local content woven throughout.
Like what?
Panels, for instance. Discussions on games like Marvel Rivals, but also panels about the gaming content scene in Puerto Rico.
Okay, highlighting local creators and issues.
Exactly. Plus live music, they mentioned specific DJs like DJ Keys, DJ Nickum, Gio-Yo, even a battle of the DJs planned.
Nice vibe.
Interviews, stand-up comedy focused on gaming. Papa Pistola gets a name check.
Gaming comedy. Okay.
And even a live recording of a TV show, the Hambo y el Giga show.
So really integrating local media and talent.
Absolutely. It feels like a conscious effort to balance the big international stuff with homegrown content.
And community seems big too. You mentioned that earlier.
For sure. The cosplay competition on Saturday looks like a focal point.
Is there like a prize or something?
Pretty hefty one, actually.
Right.
$1,200 in Plaza Las Américas gift cards.
Okay. That's serious incentive. Shows they value that community aspect.
And they've got specific hosts for it, too. Natty Likes Pizza and Vidi Vero. Plus, daily special guests mentioned influencers, comedians, other creators dropping in.
So a real mix of planned events and maybe some spontaneous energy. They mentioned something called Fun Battle Pirates Edition.
Ah, yeah, that's on the schedule. Sounds like just some quirky fun thrown in.
Keeps things lively. So looking at the schedule overall, do the days have themes or is it all just mixed together?
There seems to be a structure. The sources hint at daily themes, like Thursday is focused on Nintendo Switch 2 and Marvel Rivals.
Makes sense. Launch day for the event.
Friday is built around the Summer Game Fest stream. Saturday is Content Creator Day and the big cosplay comp.
Okay.
And Sunday wraps up with Xbox and PC-focused content, plus that DJ battle.
So it gives people a bit of a guide depending on what they're most interested in.
Right. You can kind of pick your day or just dive in and experience it all.
So with all this, global streams, potential new hardware, local panels, music, cosplay, comedy. Who is this actually for? Is it just for the hardcore gamers?
The messaging in the sources is pretty clear.
Everyone.
It's for everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah, they explicitly mention experienced gamers, families, people who are just curious about interactive entertainment or pop culture. The free entry really underscores that broad appeal.
Trying to cast a wide net makes sense in a mall setting.
Exactly. And just as a side note for any businesses listening, the sources do mention sponsorship and exhibitor opportunities.
Ah, right. There's a commercial aspect, too. They listed a phone number.
Yeah, 787-763-6000. So it's positioned as both this big cultural fan event and a business platform.
Okay, got it. So let's bring this all together for the listener. What's the bottom line here? What does this festival Verano Más Gaming mean for you?
Well, first off, it's a chance to tap into those huge global gaming moments, the big LA reveals, but live, with a crowd, with local commentary, right there in PR.
Which is pretty cool. And maybe, just maybe, get hands-on with some brand new stuff.
That's the potential headline, right? That Nintendo Switch 2 angle, getting an early look, maybe playing new games.
Before almost anyone else. Plus discovering local creators, musicians, comedians.
Yeah, seeing the local talent alongside the global showcases, and just being part of this big, energetic community gathering.
In a place you probably already know, the mall. And, crucially,
It costs nothing to walk in.
zero entry fee. So it's this unique blend of global access, local flavor, potential hardware exclusives, community fun, all made super accessible.
Taking that digital excitement and making it physical, local, and open. It's quite the package.
Okay, so quick recap then. Festival Verano Más Gaming 2025. It's 4 days, June 5th to 8th, at Plaza Las Américas in San Juan. It's free.
Yep. Turning the mall into basically a pop-up gaming con.
Mixing live streams of huge global game reveals with local hosts, interactive gaming, panels, music, cosplay.
And that potentially massive exclusive focus on the Nintendo Switch 2.
All aimed at being a big, accessible celebration for gamers and the curious alike.
A really interesting model, using that kind of public, high-traffic space.
It really is. And that kind of leads to a final thought for you to chew on.
Okay.
Thinking about how this festival uses a space like a shopping mall, offers free entry, and mashes up global streams with very local activities. Could this be like a new template, a different way to organize big fan events and make them way more accessible?
Moving away from dedicated convention centers sometimes.
Maybe. What doors does that open, bringing these huge global cultural moments right into the heart of local communities like this? Could we see more events trying this kind of model elsewhere?
Yeah.
Something to think about.